Hello dear friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will see how to load column for separation of phytomarkers. For that you require silica gel 60-120 mesh for column chromatography, and today we will be loading the column in chloroform. So we will be requiring AR grade chloroform. So first of all I would like to tell that for any for loading of column you require all the apparatus to be clean, and it should be dry. There should not be any moisture so that your column will not break. And what we have done, initially we have filled the silica for column chromatography into this column, and that we have measured how much amount of silica will be required. So we have filled the column 2/3 or 1/3 depending upon what kind of length we require, and then we have taken that silica into beaker and we have soaked the silica into chloroform overnight. The reason behind soaking the silica for overnight, all the particles of the silica will be wet and there will not be any dry particles so that our column will not break. So first of all what we will do, we will take chloroform and we will pour the chloroform into this column. Now after that we will open the knob and we will allow to run the chloroform from this column so that the entire portion or entire surface of the column will be wet with the chloroform. So there will not be any dry surface in the column, so chances of breaking of the column will be minimum. And I would like to tell that this process is quite tedious. It requires lot of solvent, lot of time, but the final results are quite good. So now we will start loading the column. For that you have to run the neat chloroform from the column, and we have to suspend all the silica properly before loading the column so that you can continuously pour the silica into the column. So I am mixing silica which were the silica was in the down part of the beaker. So I am suspending the silica properly, evenly. Now once you suspend the silica, it will settle down fast, so you have to pour the silica very fast. Continuously there should be suspension should be proper. You can increase the flow if you want so that you can load continuously. Some of the solvent will spill, it's okay. Your aim should be continuous flow of silica into the column. So you have to stir the silica and you have to load the column. I am increasing the flow so that now simultaneously I have to tap the column so that I will come to know from where the level of silica is there in the column. Still we can pour more silica. Likewise, you have to tap the column continuously. Silica in a column will form translucent slurry, so it will be very difficult to judge the level of silica into chloroform. It will be more easy in case of PET ether. So we have loaded our column and I have stopped the flow of chloroform. Now continuously what we have to do for 5 to 10 number of times, we have to run this chloroform into the silica, through the silica 5-10 times, so that whatever means no portion of the silica will be dry in the column. For that you have to run the chloroform, neat chloroform through silica, but care should be taken that the level of chloroform or level of eluent should not go below the level of silica, otherwise your column will break and column will dry. So now I can increase the flow of chloroform. Again I can reuse this chloroform because this is neat chloroform. We have not loaded the sample. So continuously we have to repeat this procedure 5 to 10 times so that the entire column will be set properly and no silica will be left dry. With the help of foil, you can cover this top when the column is not in use, so that the evaporation of the solvent can be prevented, because we are using chloroform. So chloroform is more volatile. So you have to keep in mind, when the column is not in use, you can cover, you can stop this knob and you can cover the top of the column. So as I told you, you have to repeat 2 to 3, 5 times as per your requirement. Now meanwhile we will prepare our sample to be loaded. So what we have done here, we have taken the extract, herbal extract, and that extract was there in ethyl acetate. So we took solution of ethyl acetate and we added 1 to 2 gram of silica, and we allowed this ethyl acetate to evaporate. So what will happen? The sample will be adsorbed on the surface of silica. So let it run. Now again you have to suspend this sample, silica containing sample into chloroform, because you have loaded the your column in chloroform. So you have to suspend the silica containing sample into chloroform. Suppose you are loading the column in PET ether, you have to load your sample, you have to adsorb your sample on silica, and then you have to add PET ether. Means suspension or slurry to be prepared in the first solvent only. Now before loading the sample, what we will do, we will allow the chloroform to run up to this much portion, and then we will decrease the flow rate, and then we will load the sample which was adsorbed on the surface of silica and we suspended in the chloroform. Okay, so I am decreasing the flow rate, but I don't have to stop the flow. Just decrease the flow rate little bit. Okay, now this is your slurry, sample slurry which you have made in chloroform. Now slowly I will load the sample, very slowly. You have to add slowly because your sample should not disturb the silica column. I am adding more chloroform because some sample is still remaining in the beaker, but you have to make sure that silica should be totally wet with the chloroform, otherwise column will break. Now I have loaded the sample. Now I will fill the column with chloroform layer. So this is all about loading of sample. You don't have to load more of the sample. Okay, now I am stopping the flow and I am covering this surface with aluminum foil. Now this is your sample. Okay, now what you have to do, how will you run this column? So this column was loaded in chloroform, so first solvent will be neat chloroform. So we will run this neat chloroform, say 100 ml or 200 ml depending upon what kind of compound you are isolating using this silica, and then we will gradually increase our polarity. Means then next solvent will be 90 chloroform and 10 methanol, then 80. After that you have to run, but you have to make sure the level of eluent or mobile phase should not cross this layer, otherwise the entire column will break and your whole experiment will go waste. So what you can do, you can put here test tubes. You have to number those test tubes like 1 to 10 or so on, and you have to collect all chloroform fraction. Once all chloroform fractions are removed, then you can increase the polarity. Say as I told you, 90 chloroform, 10 methanol. So you have to take 90 ml of chloroform and 10 ml of methanol, mix it and pour it. And again you collect the eluent in the test tube. And the flow, very important, the flow of your column should be very slow. It will be like 60 drop per minute or 20 drop per minute for collection of fractions. If you increase the flow as we were doing during the loading of column, that was the different procedure. That was just for loading, so I had increased the flow. But now once you are going for isolation, so in that case you have to keep the flow of your eluent 60 or 70 drops per minute, and you have to elute or you have to run the mobile phase through the column, and you have to gradually increase the polarity, and then you have to collect all the fractions. All fractions you have to label, means this is my chloroform fraction, this is my chloroform methanol fraction 90-10 and so on. And all fractions you have to evaporate, and then you have to perform TLC to check whether your test tube contains single compound or multiple compound, and the fraction showing same TLC profile you have to club and you have to analyze further by HPLC for peak purity. So this is all about how to load column. Thank you very much. So friends, as I told you that you have to elute each mobile composition through this column. So I have marked this test tube as 1, 2, 3, 4 accordingly, and now I am keeping this test tube below the column, and now I am slowly opening the flow. So initially you have to adjust the flow 60-70 drops per minute. So slowly you have to elute your column so that whatever compound is passing through column, it will differentiate itself between stationary phase and mobile phase, and you will get the separation. So I am adjusting the flow rate. So this much flow is sufficient for elution of. You can still increase the flow. Flow of mobile phase or eluent depends on how much you have loaded the sample and what is the length and dimension of the column and how much stationary phase is loaded in the column. Suppose you are using small column, you have to keep the flow very slow, and as you go on increasing the column length and dimension and amount of stationary phase loaded in the column, so you can increase the flow rate. But this much flow is sufficient. Now we will elute this column. Now this is neat chloroform, as we have loaded our column in chloroform. So we will take all the chloroform fraction and we have to note that test tube number 1 to 10 contains chloroform fraction. So after the completion of column, when you perform the TLC and when you will get separated compound, then you will come to know that which compound is coming in which fraction. Now our next mobile phase composition is, as I told you, that you have to increase the polarity slightly. So I am using this methanol. So I will be taking 10 ml of methanol. You have to see lower meniscus. I have to take, so I am taking 10 ml of methanol and I will keep, or I will pour into beaker, and then I will take, this is our chloroform, 90 ml of chloroform. This is 90 ml of chloroform. I am mixing with the methanol. So this is my next mobile phase composition that I will be using once this all chloroform is eluted from the column. So we have to wait till the entire chloroform or entire volume of chloroform is eluted through the column, and after that, once the chloroform layer is here, we have to pour this volume. You can prepare 200 ml because this is bigger column, so I think 100 ml will not be sufficient. So we will be pouring 200 ml. So again I will take more of the solvent. That is, again I will take 10 ml because total volume I want is 200 ml. So I have taken 10 ml of methanol and 90 ml of chloroform. You have to keep an eye on this test tube also. It should not overflow. So I am taking chloroform into beaker. Meanwhile, you have to see the flow also. It should not be too high, too low. By trial and error, you have to keep the flow. And once you get the separation, you have to keep the same flow for all your next experiments. So this is again I am taking 90 ml. So total 200 ml of mobile phase I have prepared for my next elution. So as you can see, slowly the mobile phase is passing through the column, and you have to keep this part closed, otherwise the mobile phase will evaporate and your composition will change and you will not get the proper separation of compound which you are hoping for. So once this test tube is over, we have to go for our next composition. You can see that I have collected 2 test tubes containing chloroform. Now this is our third test tube. So after this third test tube, we will add our next eluent, that is chloroform 90 ml and 10 ml of methanol. I have prepared 200 ml. So 180 is methanol here and 180 is chloroform here and 20 is methanol. So let it come down, but you have to keep in mind that this, as I told you earlier also, this should not go below the silica level, otherwise your entire column will break. And I have covered this mobile phase with some foil so that the solvents which are there, chloroform and methanol, they will not be evaporated. Otherwise, if you don't cover this, the ratio will change. It will evaporate and the final ratio will change and you will not get the desired result. So either you prepare in some closed container like some bottle and close it, or if you are preparing in beaker should be small. Here I have used big beaker, but ideally you should not have prepared in a big beaker. So my third test tube is almost full. We will wait for some time. And very important, all the test tubes should be neat and clean. If you use dirty test tube, what will happen? Whatever impurity is there, that will be coming into your fraction and you will get false result. And you will not get separated compound. So I am changing my test tube and keeping aside. This test tube we have to perform PLC to see how many numbers of isolated compounds are eluted in this fraction. So that is the later part. So we will again collect this is chloroform layer only. Let it elute. Now after some time we will add our next fraction. We will wait for some more time for chloroform to elute. Now how much one composition to be eluted? So as I told you, that depends on your size of the column. I think 200 for this type of column, 200 ml of each composition is sufficient to elute through entire length of column. And here you can see small green band which is coming or eluting. It is very light, but I can see here that something is coming here. So slowly the components of this fraction will be evaporated, they will be separated. You should not do this column in a hurry-burry, because what will happen otherwise, if you increase the flow of eluent too much, what will happen, the column will break and you will not get desired separation. All the component will merge into the column. And also while selection of mobile phase composition for elution of closely related sample, you should not jump or you should not increase your polarity very high. You have to slowly go. Means as I told you, here we have increased the polarity by 10-fold, or we have increased the polar methanol by 10 volume only. You can go for 98 to ratio 95:5 depending upon type of compound. The more slowly you will go, the more better you will get the result. Now as you can see here that this much sample is or mobile phase is remaining. Now I am adding my next mobile phase or element very slowly. See, you have to add very slowly so that this bed of your sample, it should not get disturbed. So I am adding my next mobile phase composition. This volume is we can add afterwards. You have to cover it. This also you have to cover. So as we have increased the polarity, now polar solvent will start eluting from the column very slowly. Polar means the components which are soluble in 90 ml of chloroform and 10 ml of methanol. And this remaining volume of your mobile phase you can add afterwards as you can proceed. So slowly you have to collect all the fractions, and after this mobile phase composition we will go for another composition. Say we will go for 80-20 or 75-25 depending upon your requirement. So this is all about today's practical demo of column chromatography. I hope you have learned it. If you have any query, you can write in the comment box. Thank you.